You think your child is clingy simply because of their personality? In reality, your own daily actions might be making it impossible for them to let go. Today you will see exactly which tiny moments are teaching them that dependency every single day. Picture yourself standing in the kitchen while your child sits on the floor, focused on stacking blocks. As they get 3 blocks high, you look down and say, "Wow, so high." You know they are playing perfectly fine on their own, yet you feel the urge to say something to connect. In that split second, your child stops and looks at you. It's not because they need help, but because you just became more interesting than the task at hand. Tiny moments like this repeat all day long, and your child's brain is constantly learning from them. There are a few common habits most parents share that are silently making your child more dependent than you realize. Picture your child sitting on the floor, deeply focused on stacking building blocks. As the tower gets higher, you smile and exclaim, "Wow, so high." In that split second, their attention shifts from the task to you. You think you're connecting, but you just severed their most precious flow of concentration. Their brain just learned a lesson. Interacting with a parent is a bigger reward than finishing a goal. Consequently, the child stops playing sooner and loses the ability to focus without an audience. Are you just trying to show them love? In reality, you're teaching them that play isn't engaging enough unless you are involved. This mistake doesn't end with the blocks on the floor. It repeats in every single way you react to their daily actions. It stops there. You think you're building their confidence? In reality, you're making them dependent on you to feel good enough. Watch how a child hands over a drawing and waits for your reaction. That good job instantly creates an external validation loop. Instead of learning to trust themselves, the child's brain begins to link achievement solely to someone else's feedback. Over time, they lose the ability to evaluate their own efforts. They become stuck, unable to continue without a constant stream of praise. Have you ever wondered why they seem so lost when you aren't paying attention? Without your confirmation, they no longer know if they are on the right track. They wait. And when everything requires your stamp of approval, they stop daring to explore on their own. It's not that your child doesn't want to play alone. The truth is, they aren't sure what they're allowed to do. Think back to when they reached for a paper on the desk and you immediately said, "Don't touch that." In that moment, a permission-seeking pattern is born. Their brain learns that every single action must be approved first. Are you just trying to protect them from danger? In reality, you are shrinking the boundaries of what they dare to explore. This forces the child to constantly check in with you instead of initiating their own play. So it stays close, and even when they do try, you rarely let them finish what they started. You think you're helping them through a struggle. In reality, you're teaching them to stop trying altogether. Watch your child struggle with their shirt, an arm still stuck inside a sleeve. Instead of waiting, you step in and do it for them just to save time. In that moment, learned helplessness takes root. The brain skips the trial phase and switches to waiting for an outside intervention. Every time you take over, you strip away a chance for their brain to build its own competence. Consequently, they try less often and become dependent on constant guidance to function. They stop trying. By not letting them struggle, you deny them the chance to learn how to overcome. You want to extinguish that discomfort immediately, but in reality, that very discomfort is where the learning happens. Picture your child getting frustrated because a puzzle piece won't fit and they start to cry. Instead of rushing in to save them, recognize that their brain is building tolerance for struggle. This process requires time, not an immediate rescue. If you intervene constantly, they will never build true resilience. Not every moment of distress needs to be solved right away. Let it stay. When you step back at the right time, you'll begin to see a different child emerge. Independence doesn't come from the extra lessons you try to teach. It comes from the moments you choose not to intervene. There are parents who react the second a child struggles. And then there are parents who are calm enough to stand still and observe. You don't need to do more. You just need to show up less, but at the right time. When was the moment you realized you were stepping in too soon? Share your experience in the comments below. If you want to understand how these tiny behaviors shape your child's brain, hit subscribe, because sometimes the best way to help your child grow is to take one step back.